Hi, this is Aryan, and this is episode 4 of Raw and Real Web Design, where I'm helping brands build better website structures. So in this video, we're targeting Electric Twin, and I think this is a very interesting company. And the reason for that is this is more around research side of things. So what they do is, if you have, let's say, a product launch, an ad campaign that you want to run without putting too much effort initially. By that, what I mean is, usually what happens is whenever you're in product development or campaign development, you need to do a lot of research. And you go to people, you do like huge bunch of interviews, you take a lot of surveys, right? And it just takes a lot of time. It just takes months, if not days, right? So to bridge that gap, and that's where Electric Twin comes. So it basically helps you save a lot of time in that research side of things. So I've also asked Claude to do a very good breakdown of it, even though the website is like pretty simple, but just for the explanation. So it's like a synthetic audience platform which builds AI simulations of your target audience. You feed it with real world survey or focus group data, and it creates a digital model of your audience. And then you can ask the audience anything instantly without running a new study. So you give it like some data, and based on that, it builds replication. It replicates the audience, and the accuracy of this is 0.9 NDAM, which basically means like it's 90% accurate, which goes from 0 to 1. So 0.9, it's like 90%, right? So why someone would actually use it, I'm not going to get a lot into it because it's pretty simple. If you have a product idea campaign, you just want to figure out how the audience can potentially react, you use your product. So yeah, let's take a look at the target audience now. So they're targeting enterprise product and commercial teams, brand and marketing teams at large companies. So big players is what they're targeting. And I think right now they're honestly like their website doesn't represent that. Maybe I think they're a bit early in the product development. So website, they're not putting a lot of effort in website. It's mostly in product. So that's my assumption. But I think a lot of work can be done on their landing page. So let's see what else. Yeah, so this is basically the process. So you bring an existing survey or focus group database. Electric to ingest the data and builds a stimulated version of your audience. You ask that synthetic audience, copy questions, product reactions, you get answers, and that's how it goes. And again, why not use just ChatGPT, right? So this was like my first question one when I like landed on the product. Why can't I just use GPT? Because like it's literally there, it's free. But the reason is GPT gives generic and average response because GPT is trained on like a huge data set, right? So it's gonna go through like a lot of different audiences, and it's just gonna give generic results. So you don't need this. But in Electric Twin, like you first give it a specific data, so it then replicates on top of only that data, not like that mass audience, right? So again, I think this is like a great product from my understanding so far. Okay, so so this is the positioning problem. We'll get into this, but first let's just see how the website looks like, and also some competitors. So if you take a look, I think again the website it's very basic. Like it's not showing you the process. It's like talking a lot. I think that's mainly what's happening because there's no visuals at this moment. They're using this nice sans serif font, and they're explaining the product. You discover audiences that matter to you. Shortcut to value. You can test and validate before you commit resources. Saves a lot of time. Speed up time to market, and then you have trusted by industry leaders. This is a bit confusing because like this feels like it is clickable like in terms of cards, but it's not really. Like I'm not sure like what was the design decision here. So this is there. I think this can also be presented a lot better. Like you can add a bit more information with it on which media, which outlet is actually like they can add logos of that also, right? And then benefits, an accelerant for products and commercial teams, scalable and relevant feedback, rapid iteration, survey level accuracy. Okay, this is fine. I think benefits is definitely need to be shown. I think it should have been added before this. Then comes commercial story, but yeah. So how it works? They actually have like a video on this. Let's actually watch the video quickly. I'm going to reduce the desktop audio sound so it doesn't blast your ears. Wow. I think this is a really nice video. I actually just watched a few seconds of it initially because I wanted like a proper reaction in the video, but this is really nice. But I think they can also kind of show it in a visual viewpoint because I don't think everyone is going to watch the video all the time. So if they can also visually show it, it can be like a process section or timeline section. I think that will also work. Yeah, you have all the models that are there. Social science. All right. So, okay, I think this is also nice. And then the same level of accuracy in seconds. Yeah, so as you can see, this is a very important chart because this very simply illustrates, and the keyword here is in seconds. So if you take a look at Electric Twin, it literally just gives you the answers in seconds compared to traditional surveys and the same question twice, right? So yeah, I think this is done really well, and they also have some more information mentioned here. So that is there, and then you have the team section again. This is fine. And then you have FAQ. So okay, this is also great. So one thing which is a bit confusing is they're not mentioning their products like at the front, like it's literally just in the footer. And even if you go to their products, right, they look like two different brands. So I think not a lot of effort is being like put into showing the products I'm not sure why that's the reason. Maybe they just want to show the concept first rather than just like directly promoting the products. So yeah, I'm not very sure why they haven't like shown that. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is if you take a look at the hero section, right, I think you definitely need some form of infographic or at least like a video that can be shown like right here or maybe on top. Oh, sorry, maybe at the bottom of the heading. I think that's the best placement. And they can literally just use this image. I mean, this video. I'm not sure why they're not using this. Is such a well shot video, and this just explains the product so well. So I think they can literally just go with this if they don't want to show any infographics or like any of the data like that. So I think that literally will give people a very good idea on how everything works, because even inside the video, right, they have like really nice shots. And if I show you, right, I think they have it here. See, I think this is a very nice way to kind of highlight how their product works, right? Parents in London, Gen Z shoppers in New York. So they have these keywords highlighted, and then you have the actual sentences which are changing. So I think this can be a very good video itself to show at the front, right? And it's just like a minute long. So yeah, I think this is how it should be. Now let's get to the other sections. All right. Will it sell it? Which message works the best? How will my customers react? I think this can be packaged in side heading. Yeah, I think that will work a lot better. But they're explaining the product quite well. Synthetic audiences that stimulate how your customers will behave. But I think they also have to show it visually. So yeah, they can use a video here. And then you have a book a demo. Okay, I think this is fine. It's fine as a call to action. But maybe I think the contrast is a bit low, mainly because of the color scheme that they're going with. Then you have product directly. I would honestly show certain statistics that are there, which I think they're mentioning in this following section. Even though like this is just one, I think they can mention 2-3 statistics just to kind of show like some real world data on how it can actually help you out, right? Like how accurate it is, and why can't they just use GPT? I think that is something they need to clarify the first thing, because anyone who is visiting their website is gonna just be like, man, I can just use Claude or GPT, right? So that needs to be highlighted, I think, somewhere here, like in this section, if not the first one. All right, and then I think they can package this a lot well, because first they're mentioning the product and then they have discover audiences. Maybe the headline can also be phrased a lot better, so it goes really well with the following. Because see, this discover audiences is kind of like it's repeating here, right? So that's there. But I do like the paragraphs that they're using. It's very short and very easy to read and digest. Yeah, this is great. Customer stories, they need to show images of the people who are like, they need to add like real faces also. I think if website only have like text and text, then people don't tend to trust it compared to someone who's actually using real images of the real clients. So yeah, I think that is also very important. And benefits, okay, this is fine. I don't have any. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't have any issue with this section. This is, yeah, this is quite good. And also like the iconography that they're going with. Like I think with scale, they could have just gone with like a smaller square and then the bigger one to kind of mention scale. It's one small thing. Rapid iterations, I like this. Maybe a few more blobs could have helped to kind of show that, it's rapidly iterating, right? Survey level accuracy. With accuracy, I think they're kind of trying to mention a crosshair here. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, like this. Not sure. Okay. Maybe could have just gone with something like this. That will also work. And then how it works, yeah, I think this can just, this video can be pushed in the hero section, and then you can have like the process cards, right? Which go in a bit more detail. And then it can be linked with these two sections, or maybe this section. Yeah, I think this deserves like a separate section also, since, yeah, it's literally like comparing it with how other people do it, like how traditionally people do it. And then yeah, team section is perfect. I don't think they like, obviously there can be some design factors that can come in, which can make it look and stand out a lot better. Maybe add their LinkedIn or I don't know, their personal website to it to help them learn more about the founders. And then FAQs, I think FAQ section is very strong. Like they're answering everything that anyone would question. So I was thinking from my perspective, and these are all the questions that I would definitely ask, right? And then they have footer. Footer is fine. Not gonna get to it. So yes, this was like the breakdown. Now let's get into building a better structure. And please note this, whatever I'm going to build on Cursor doesn't reflect the design, the final design that I'm thinking it should be, because again, with AI, you can iterate a lot faster, but in terms of design, it's not that good right now. So we're only going to be building a better structure for their whole page, And yeah, let's see how it goes. Also, I forgot to mention one of the competitors that they have. Actually, there are two. So first is this, which I honestly love. I think their brand theme and how they're showing the process in and like these like animations, right? This is exactly how I imagined. And once I saw their website, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I think they should feel like, at least if not exactly look like this. Because again, this is a competitor, right? They need to stand out both visually and in terms of copy. But I think they show it in a very nice way. And for example, this is like the section which I'm thinking like literally how we can do for their like this section, right, where we're showing like the audience like basically highlighting the product. And we can also maybe include the following sections in that somehow, right? So yeah, this is like a very well done website, even though visually it can be more stronger, but still I think this is a very, very good idea on what I think it can visually look like. But that's not what we're going to get into the video, so I'm just mentioning it beforehand. And then we have Aaru. This is a bit more like super minimalist, and I'm not sure if this kind of I think this, first of all, this feels like very kind of futuristic, and they're like relying more on like these visuals than actually showing what happens in the back end. So I'm not very super sure if this works for them, then it's great, but I personally wouldn't design something like this, right? Maybe they're like very established form, I'm not very sure about them, but yeah, still I think this is a bit too like too abstract. So yeah, that's, I think that's the better keyword. So I really like synthetic, so I think this is something that is how they should have at least have like the feel of how the website flows. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this on the right side on my other monitor screen, so I can take a look and also give my honest opinion. And then I will, yeah, I'll actually open all these FAQs so Claude can have good context. Let's take the full page screenshot, copy it, paste it to Claude, and I'm going to start mentioning a few things. Okay, so I've gone through the website and I think I have certain thoughts, and I want to build a better website for them. So these are my following thoughts. I think we can improve a lot on structure, so I'm going to be sharing them as bullet points. So we're going to start with the hero section. And all right, I think right now the hero section is saying what any AI brand in this industry will say. So I want something that is more actionable. I'm also going to provide you a transcript of the video, which you can go through. Like it is basically kind of their how it works or science video that they made. So I'm going to paste that transcript also. So what I'm going to do is I really like this video, as I mentioned you earlier. So I'm going to first I'm going to open this on YouTube, and then I'm just going to take like the transcript and feed it to Claude so it can literally understand all the words that are there. Let's actually take the video URL, and I'm gonna go to like any YouTube to transcript. So let's go with this. I'm gonna paste this here, and it literally just takes all the captions and build it to like proper text. Okay, so we have this now. What I will do is, where is Claude? Yeah. Oops. Okay, it's taking it like that. All right, this is there. Now, what else can we do? I think in the hero section, we are going to be adding video after heading, description, and call to actions. So I basically want you to write a description which complements the video, like which mentions like the most important things which are mentioned in the video, so it's easy for the end user to understand the product. We basically need to give a very nice summary of the product. Okay, so now we have actionable headline and the description that adds more value to the headline. Yeah. All right, so the next section is basically going to give 3 top stats that we can add. We can use the ones which are already in the landing page. Like we have to mention why they can't just use any other AI model, like let's say ChatGPT, why they have to use their product for better output. We have to frame that, eyebrow text before the stats in a very clever way. So I've taken the screenshot. The second screenshot that you see, right, is like my idea of the stat we can show. And then we have to show 2 other stats. So they will be like 3 in total, but you have to make sure it makes sense. Then comes the next section, which will basically show 2 of their products, audience analysis and message. And then we have echo, which is live focus groups. Live focus groups. All right, this is fine. And yeah, I'm just going to get back to Claude now. All right, once they have, we have mentioned both the products, then we're going to get into what can we do next. So as you can see, I want to kind of highlight this section also, but this can be made in like a tabular way. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll first like copy this image and yeah. Then comes the section which is in the third image that I've pasted. I think we can phrase these as benefits section. Please leave space for an image because we will be using image to kind of show what actually happens. And I want to show these as like tabular sections. So like we'll have a heading, then we'll have different tabs highlighting the different features that are there. Okay, so this is there, and then we'll have the another section which is in the image 4. This is something we'll have to phrase it a bit differently because this is also kind of mentioning benefits. So these can just be like check marks with a small descriptions at the bottom, or these can be cards. Actually, I think cards will make a lot of sense, just like it is right now. But here we'll have to optimize headings and then write a simple description under which we can add like a chip which will highlight uh like a big USP with that particular pointer or card. So a lot of things that I'm saying, it may not make sense because I'm kind of trying to visualize in my head. But once you see the output, you'll get the idea on what I'm saying. All right, then comes a very important section. Okay, then comes the section of how it works. So we have to basically highlight the process in, let's say, a timeline view. So as people scroll, like there can be certain cards which stack on top of each other. On the left side, we can have heading. On the right side, we can have all the cards. And the cards can have a heading, a description. It can also have like an icon on the top and maybe 2 checkpoints on what it exactly solves or what happens in that particular step. All right, I think this is fine for now. So as you can see, I'm giving it a lot of context with also like this very nice transcript that is there. What's next? I think these 2 sections can be like properly shown. So the next section will basically feature the 5th image. So in 5th image, you can see these 2 sections. We have to basically make both of them into, let's say, 2 cards, which will stack on like on the left and right next to each other. And this can have like a main heading on the top, which is something you can figure out, like, how we can phrase it better. Okay, so this is there. And what's next? Yeah, then we have founder section. Yeah. Then we're going to show team section. So again, this is like the 6th image that I'm sharing with you. These can just be like the transparent cards, like with no background, like something very nice. With that, we can have like their LinkedIn, like a LinkedIn icon next to their like profile or name, whatever like looks good visually. And yeah, that's there. All right, this is set. After which we have like a final call to action section. And after that, we have FAQ. And then we end with a footer. So yeah, I think this is more than enough for it to understand. And I'm just going to add like adaptive thinking. Actually, it was extended thinking course. Okay, so they have like added some update to it. So yeah, let's see how it proceeds. I've given a lot of context. Hopefully it's going to give me something quite good. And yeah, now it's going to get into thinking. I'm just going to pause this video. So I'm going to be back once it has given me the results. All right, so it has given me some results. So now this is the proposed landing page structure based on like my feedback. So it has a new headline, short description, CTA, and the video embed that is there. After that, we have stats bar. Great. Then we show 2 products. Then we show the benefits, which is like a tab section. Then we have feature cards. That's great. Then we have how it works in a timeline view. Then size and technology. All right. Then we have team. Then we have final call to action, FAQ, footer. Perfect. I think this is the perfect structure that is there. Now let's see what it's asking me. One question before I write the copy for headlines. The videos say 100,000 times faster and high fidelity digital twin. Should the headline lean into speed angle, the accuracy angle, or... Okay, so yeah, this is a very nice question that it has asked. Because if you take a look at the transcript, let me show it to you. Yeah, he's saying that at like 22nd second, right? 22nd, yeah. Let me actually open the video again, just so I'm very sure if this is mentioned properly. Yeah, so this is there, right? See, I really like this 100,000 times faster. It's like a big statement, right? So let's see how we can mention it. I think speed and accuracy is something we have to mention in the headline. So for headlines, you can give me multiple options that I can go with. And please don't start developing anything. We just want it in like a text format. So yeah, make sure you provide me in that way. All right, it has given me some headings. I'm not very happy with all of them. So we have speed and accuracy, angle your audience. Any questions? 100x faster. No, I think it's too like, it's too salesy. Survey-led accuracy in seconds, not weeks. No, very bad. Same accuracy as it. No, not really. A digital twin of your audience. Your customer stimulated. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I think we need like a dynamic headline. So yeah, what we can do is, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention the following things. So I basically want, I think all the headings that you've given, they sound very like too super salesy. Like we have to mention the speed, but we also have to mention the use case. So what I'm gonna give you like a brain dump, which I'm just thinking right now. So based on that, you have to give me like 10 good ones. Stimulate audience for your next product launch. I don't think that's what I wanted to mention, but yeah, let's just keep it there still, just for the consideration of AI. Understand your audience 100,000 times faster. Replicate your audience at 100,000 times faster speed for your next. Then we can have like this typewriter kind of effect, like for your next product launch, marketing campaign, and any other kind of niche that we're targeting. I think I want to like a dynamic headline which kind of changes, like just like a keyword that needs to change. So that can be the audience that we're targeting, let's say product companies, marketing teams, right? And we have to package it in their context. And what else? I think let's just give it this for now. Let's see what it like spits back. Test your with your actual audience in seconds. Okay, your customers have opinions, but your I think ask your audience what they think. Okay, it can also be something ask your audience before the market tells you. Yeah, I think that is a very nice angle. I actually really like it. And also this is quite nice. Predict how your audience responds to your before. Yeah, I think this is also, I think this is a lot better because that prediction, yeah, I think that's, I like the keyword prediction instead of ask. I think ask sounds very kind of vague in this context of, what their product is. So yeah, I like this. Let's actually copy this and just tell it. Okay, I really like the predict keyword that you have used. Can we have more iterations around it? And do note one thing, I'm thinking that can we have the dynamic changing text at like the last sentence, because then it doesn't kind of messes like the whole text block that is there, right? Otherwise all the other text elements will also be getting affected and moving. So if we can have that keyword product launch campaign new message at the end, that can also work, but this is also fine, but I prefer the other. Predict how your audience responds to your, yeah, I think this is quite nice. Predict your audience reaction before you commit. Predict your, okay, this is I think a bit too long. Predict, test and act before you invest in your, predict the outcome before you greenlight your, okay, this is quite nice. But I think greenlight is taking too much of the space. Predict your audience response before you spend a penny on your, okay, this is quite good. Okay, I think I really like this, but is there any way we can make it shorter? Predict your audience, respond before. I'm thinking around predict your audience reaction or response can also work before you spend. Yeah, I think that is also quite nice. Let's see. I think exactly. Yeah, I think it's just like an extra filler that's being added. So, we can just go with predict your audience reaction before you spend. All right. Okay, this is great. I just want you to validate this headline. All right, so it's validating against three different factors, which is in my copywriter like skill, visualize, spend. Okay, these are dynamic keywords, all are concrete and specific. Either your product lets you predict audience reaction before spending or it doesn't. Okay, this is fine. Ownable before you spend. This is good. Lands clean and fast passes. Okay, that's perfect. One flag when dynamic text shows next campaign, the full line reads below before your next. Fix and remove next from static. So it reads, oh, okay. All right, I think, yeah, this makes sense because new market is, yeah, I understand. Got it. So now it's gonna, yeah, now it's gonna write the whole copy. So end of the guesswork, predict audience reaction before you spend on your this. Builds a high fidelity digital twin of your audience from real data. Ask it anything, it answers. I think this is a bit too long. So yeah, we can fix it directly in Cursor now, so that's all right. Then we have stats bar, which is why teams choose electric twin over generic AI. Supporting line, ChatGPT gives you an average. Or we can just mention other LLMs. Electric twin gives you, or maybe other tools, if not ChatGPT, because we are still using OpenAI, right, in our AI. Okay. Built for every stage of decision. So we have Merlin and then we have Echo. Perfect. Benefits, these will be tabbed. What do you get? All right, this is perfect. Then we have feature cards. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this all to Cursor. Let's just see what it gives us now. All right, so now I have this .md file ready with me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to download this on my system, and yeah, so it's downloaded. I'm going to be opening the opening Cursor now. So as you can see in Cursor, I've already added like the font Cabinet Grotzek. So it understands what font we have to go with, and I've also added like a skill called impeccable design, which basically, if I give you some idea, let me just open it. Oops, impeccable style. Yeah. So this is basically a skill which doesn't generate like AI slop design that usually comes with all these AI tools that are there. So this is I've already fed it, and hopefully it's going to give us a very good output. First, let's get into plan mode, and I'm going to be adding this .md file. Let's add it here. Okay, so I'm going to be giving it instructions now. I basically want you to build the landing page based on the following file. Please note, only for heading font, I want you to use the following font. Okay, this is perfect. And I'm using auto mode right now, just so I save tokens, and like this is just a planning phase, right? So it's fine if you can just go with the auto mode. So as you can see, it is showing us following plan. Perfect. So let's start building this now. All right, so it has created the following. Let's actually see how this looks like. Open in browser. Oh God, okay, this is actually quite good. See, it is breaking slightly, which is fine. I'm actually going to be opening this on an actual browser. Wow, okay, so this is actually quite good. I wasn't expecting it to have, yeah, this is actually quite decent with the new skill that I've given it, right? Even though, this definitely doesn't look that good. And as you can see, like, since this keeps on breaking down like this, I'm actually going to be taking a screenshot of this, like, at the exact second. Yeah, as you can see, this is there, right? I'm just going to close it for now. But yeah, this is how, like, it's coming out. So we have this video here, which obviously is, there's nothing to show here. And then we have, okay, I think this color isn't really standing out. Why teams choose electric and over generic AI? ChatGPT gives you average, electric tone gives you this. And then we have these numbers, perfect. Two tools, one platform built for every stage of the decision. Great. So these are the two tools that are there, which obviously should take you to their respective pages. This section, I think it needs more, what I would say is, like, it needs more depth to it. So I think the heading size can be increased. There can be like a screenshot which we can later add. This is just to show the structure. But yeah, this is still quite good. I like this. At least like the structure that is, right. Then we have a why it works, research grid insight without the research timeline. Then you have these three. And then we get into the timeline section, which I think it has executed. I mean, obviously there are errors since this is like just like the first prompt. Connect your seed data. What happens? Then you have your audience twin is built. Ask it anything. Then ask it with confidence. Okay, this is perfect. The science behind the speed, and it has given like these very generic infographic here that you have, right? It's all right. And then we have customer stories, then who the founders are, and then yeah. So I think as it was ending, it like reduced the amount of effort that it was putting. So yeah, that's kind of and I'm just gonna get into cursor and I'm gonna mention it things one by one. Let's just I want you to notice the following and based on it make updates. Right now, the dynamic text is basically affecting the whole website. And the reason for that is once the text is removed, right? Once the text is, not removed, once the text is erased, it pushes all the content to fit. So like the whole website moves in that frame when the text isn't there. So what we can do is we can have like a fixed height. So even when the text is removed, right? The text frame stays there. Or maybe we'll have to set a condition that we have a line break after your. I think that automatically fixes it. So we'll have like a line break right after your. I have shown this in the first screenshot that I've shared with you. Okay, so this is the first thing. Now, what are the other things? Let me actually close the terminal because we don't really need it. Okay, so here what I'm going to say is, let me just take a screenshot first, capture visible, and then I'm just going to use, I basically want to say that to basically, extend the video. Can we increase the video width, like set a max width equal to the container in which text is? Like, so what happens is it doesn't like look odd. Right now, there's a lot of spacing at the side of the video. So I've tried to illustrate in the second screenshot that I've uploaded. Okay, this is there. Then the third is the eyebrow text is very hard to read because the colors that you're using are not contrasting. So can we go with the color which, so we can make the eyebrow text a lot more darker. I think that should fix it. This section, this is what, first, second, third, fourth, yeah. The fourth section, which I've highlighted in the third image, can we slightly increase its height? And also I want you to remove M dashes. This is something that needs to apply, like this M dashes rule needs to apply across all the copy. So wherever you see M dashes, just remove them. Okay, that is good. Research grade insight without the research. This is still fine. I think there's not a lot that we need to do. All right, so fifth can we add an icon in the process section for each card? And let's change the bullet points to check marks. That's very important. Okay, this is good. Then we have science behind the speed section. Let's add, for this section, can we add better infographics? Because right now it's like too much to read at the same time. So you can generate any infographics that you feel like we can show here. The section is the image for which I have highlighted. Okay, this is perfect. Then we have to do it this section. The customer story section can highlight the text in a bolder format. And then it can also add like a logo of the brand under that, or maybe before that. Also, let's add any unsplash image for founder faces or wherever we need to show. Actually, it's fine for just the founder image. It's fine. Also, one thing that I've noticed is in a lot of places, the text isn't balanced. So I want you to add like a balance property so the text looks even across like the whole page. So now I'm going to be using a better model. So let's just remove auto, and I think Opus 4.7 is going to like take a lot of. Let's actually try this. Let's see how this works. And yeah, this is there. All right, let's see, because right now it's in like 50% off. So hopefully we could like get something a lot better. All right, it actually came back with a response. Let's see how the page looks now. Okay, now it's not doing that weird thing. This is good. It has removed all the M dashes. They were looking like unnecessary. This is great. All right, then you have check marks. You also have certain icons. And wow, okay, so this looks really nice. I think this is it has done it really well based on just the AI output. Let's actually open this in a new tab also. So let me just open it and like refresh it. All right, there you have it. This will be like the video. So I can also give it like the link of what video to add. So actually, let's do that. So all right, guys. So now we have the final website. I mean, it's not the final website. It's still like a draft, but I think this is a very good structure that it has given us. And it also loads the video now, which they can definitely use. They also have like the stats now, with like a very nice eyebrow text. After which you get like two of your main products, which like they can add screenshots of the product or maybe like some visuals that can go really well. And then we have three main USPs, not USPs, but more of like three main features that are there. And after that, why it works, it's just again assuring the user that this is the main three things, uh, is the reason like why this works so well. So it's research grade insight without the research timeline. Really nice. And after that, we've also added like built on your data, not generic AI, test 100 variants before your next stand up and 96% accuracy. All the stats are already mentioned. And then we have very nice process, which I mean, it's not like visually the best, but it still gives you like some good idea on how things take place. So first you connect your seed data. Um, and it also has two main bullet points under each step, and there are like four total steps, and after which the science behind the speed. So this is like for this I use Opus 4.7, and it has given like this um, infographic. I mean, this is still like pretty bad, but I think it just gives a good structure to it. So structure wise, I think it looks perfect now. Now they just have to paint the structure with their whole identity. I think that's the only time consuming thing that is left. Other than that, I think this looks really nice now. Now you'll have like a logo first, then what that is, and under that we have like this line which is also set in bold: a streaming provider tests certain product decisions in seconds. So again, just giving that social proof in, and then you have two faces. Again, these are just like unsplash images that I've taken. There's some issue with the button spacing, but it's fine. And then your final call to action and all the FAQs. So this is how the new landing page now looks like. Just a draft, but still, as you can see, compared to the old one, this definitely has like a better explanation for the product, the process. So yeah, I think this looks good. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you need any design services or if you're looking to revamp your website, definitely feel free to reach us out, because we do everything. We do from copywriting to getting the website strategy set, to also adding really nice animations to your website. We do all of that. Some of the work we have already shown. You can go to our website, and yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like this. If you did, make sure to click the like button and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next episode.